Barbie is crushing it at the box office, making more than The Batman did back in 2022. This is the biggest grossing film for Warner Bros. Since the pandemic. As of August 2nd, 2023, the film has made $811 million to be exact. The film features a large ensemble of a cast to match Oppenheimer's. Both films were part of that phenomenon taking over the web. You all know what I'm talking about. But now, how did these films hold up on their own? I already did my Oppenheimer review and raved about it and gave it pretty good reviews. Now I finally had a chance to sit down and watch the newest Greta Gerwig directed project. I loved her work in Lady Bird, so I had high hopes that she would add something unique to a very large brand like Barbie. The film stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Barbie and Ken respectively. The film features other Barbies and Kens as well. I found the film to be very unique in its setting and almost a satirical tone throughout. The film pokes fun at plenty of Barbie stereotypes by morphing them all into Robbie's character. She does such a good job losing herself into the role. The very quiet and emotional sequences that we saw from Gerwig featuring Robbie were some of the major highlights in the film for me. But at the beginning of the film, she's living in Barbie land with her world of Kens and Barbies. We have President Barbie, Dr. Barbie, Lawyer Barbie, and so many others. And then there's Ken. He wants the attention of Barbie, but ends up competing alongside other Kens. While the film explores a lot of these characters within the running time, Gerwig really focuses on the arcs of Gosling and Robbie's characters respectively. Gerwig also starts the film very strong, doing a nice callback to the 2001 A Space Odyssey film. The film very much feels like a Truman Show setting. That film explored a character living in a bubbled and secluded world. Barbie isn't keen on an adventure life, being the stereotypical version of the doll. She's malfunctioning and having thoughts of death. Brushing it off in front of her friends, Barbie pays a visit to Weird Barbie to get some advice. She's told that she must go to the outside world to find the little girl playing with her. Barbies are apparently all connected to their plastic counterparts in the real world. While not a heroic or noble character at first, Barbie does decide to go on her own journey to the real world. She's hoping that she would be able to stop her darker thoughts from manifesting further. The real world is described as a very masculine-led and man-driven society. The film takes the character moments very seriously, however. Ken joins Barbie on her adventure and starts to get inspiration from the real world. He sees visions of masculinity and all about the broness. The side note, I gotta say, all the references to the horses were kind of hilarious in my eyes. He embraces the new mindset and wants to take it back with him to Barbie land. His character arcs also starts off with a misunderstanding. Barbie often brushes Ken aside to hang out with their friends every single night. The inner conflict within Ken makes him feel very human. I like how different both Barbie and Ken saw the real world. Barbie isn't too happy with the stuff that she sees, but finds a little girl. Only the tween girl Sasha isn't very impressed by her toy coming to life. Barbie tries to win her over but only gets laughs. Barbie does find Sasha's mom Gloria. She's having an existential crisis and is slightly taking it out on her Barbie doll. She's manifesting her darker thoughts and emotions to the Barbie doll, and it's being reflected back to her in the form of Margot Robbie's character. Sasha works for Mattel, the large company responsible for creating Barbie. The CEO of Mattel, Mother, is played by Will Ferrell, another great and funny addition to the film, and really paints Mattel as not really a good or bad company inherently. They're trying to get Barbie back to Barbie land and almost succeed in getting the job done. Barbie almost willingly closed herself off in the Mattel box before making a run for it. She runs into Sasha and Gloria, and the three decide to run back to Barbie land. The three journey back via a portal through Venice Beach in Los Angeles. The movie makes a clear difference between the real world and Barbie land with this sequencing. Ken, meanwhile, has brought the patriarchy to Barbie land. He's convinced the other Kens to join his efforts to remake Barbie world into Ken land. The other Barbies are tricked into becoming maids, agreeable girlfriends, and caretakers for the men. Upon returning home, Barbie is appalled to see what happened to her world. She enters a depressive state, losing out hope for not just her life, but for the other Barbies. An ally of Barbie is Alan, played by Michael Cera. He is the only male doll that sympathizes with the Barbie's cause. He seemed to have liked the old world a little bit better and tried to run away with Gloria and Sasha to the real world. The three decide to stay and help Barbie restore Barbie land. Gloria is able to knock out the other Barbies from their mind controlling that the Kens did earlier. She gives an inspirational speech empowering women. The inspiration works and the Barbies work to overthrow the Kens before they make permanent changes to Barbie land. They turn the Kens against each other and they have an epic but also a low-key sad battle in the middle of Barbie's beach. Ken realizes the errors of his ways and stops his embracing of the patriarchy. He still loves Barbie and sees little meaning without her in his life. Barbie, however, encourages Ken to explore his own identity, much like she did. Ken decides he's Knuff, All Barbies, Kens, and others make up and restore the old Barbie land while adding some new touches. I would love it if you guys drop a like in this video. It would help get my video up in the algorithm and I would very much appreciate it. Also click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos that I upload. And now, let's get back to the video. Mother and the rest of Mattel arrive and decide to leave the folks of Barbieland as they were. Barbie is still conflicted on where her purpose remains. An older woman walks in to give her advice. She's Ruth Handler's spirit, played by Rhea Perlman. The co-founder of Mattel tells Barbie that her existence went beyond even the creator's thoughts. Ruth tells Barbie that she has no ending and that her story is ever-evolving history. The CEOs of Mattel leave alongside the spirit of Ruth, and Barbie decides to go out to the real world alongside Sasha and Gloria. Barbie's conversation with Ruth earlier inspires her to do two things. 1. Change her name to become somebody new. 2. Meet a gynecologist. Barbie, now known as Barbara Handler, might be a real human now. She begins her new life outside Barbieland and without Ken, and that's how the film ends. Overall, I found the film to be very funny, entertaining, and at times very heartwarming. That film earned that PG-13 rating and dropped in some good bit of humor. Greta Gerwig brought her absolute best to make a very original film with a brand that's very well known. That's not easy, by the way. Gerwig really tries to add some character moments to Barbie and really add some depth to her inner psyche. Barbie watches and learns from others around her, not just in actions, but in thoughts as well. The music was a fun soundtrack with lots of pop and circumstances. But the film also had some strong piano-based undertones. The cinematography was decent, and I also appreciate the attention to detail in differentiating both Barbieland and the real world. The screenplay was also well written. The dialogue itself was just fun. The back and forth from Ken to Barbie and Barbie to Ken was just witty and fun. The supporting actors were all okay, but Ken really stole the show in my eyes. Both Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling could see Oscar nominations for these roles. They could also both continue to see big paychecks for their films after the success of this one. I gotta say, the film was just well paced, well written, and nicely directed. And it was as good as a Barbie film as we were ever gonna get. My final rating for the Barbie film is 8.8 out of 10, and while not perfect in its execution, I applaud the end result. The film tried to do a lot of new things with the character of Barbie, and just try to hit home with a good message. Mattel might have a goldmine with its own branded characters appearing in future films, but what do you guys think about one half of Barbenheimer? Did you enjoy the movie, and did Barbie deliver and crush it in your eyes? Share all those thoughts down below. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed today's topic. If you could hit that sub button, that would be awesome. Hit that like button and boost my video up on the algorithm. Click that bell so you don't miss any of my videos that get uploaded. And if you have some time to spare, check out some of these videos on your screen right now.